What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Learning 101. It's another day filled with opportunity in the stock market. LEDS from $6 to $12.50, doubling in value within the first hour and a half of this market opening. Amazing opportunity out here. 71% of stocks in the market are red. 29% are green. And we still have opportunities with LEDS, BTX, Playboy, SBH, RHE, BTX. The list goes on and on and on. I hope you guys were able to take advantage and profit on LEDS this morning. In the pre-market prep, this was the #1 stock on our watch list going into today. Why? Because this had a beautiful setup right here on the 10-minute time frame. Shown in the past, it likes to spike and move, pulls back, forms a tight wedge. Boom, blast off. From 5 all the way up to almost 13. That's insane. LEDS, BTX. Right from the open here, $44 all the way up to $53, an almost $10 move. Everywhere I look and turn now, all I keep hearing about is Dogecoin. Congratulations to everybody that bought in on that and pumped it up. From 1 penny all the way up to 66 cents. I mean, there's people that put their whole life savings into this thing, and it's just ramping and going. Good score, good job. I really don't get involved too much with cryptocurrency. That's just me. Right now, money is still king in the stock market, so I'm going to stick to what's been working. If it's working and not broke, there's no point in changing it, right? But still, good job and good opportunities out there. We got one more scanner we're missing here. So I thought I'd jump on and hang out with you guys. Catch up. There we go. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Let's hang out for a bit and talk about what happened today. So we had LEDS have a nice run and push today. Stock's still going. And look what RHE did yesterday. RHE went just parabolic. This bad boy ran from $10 all the way up to almost $30. And we covered this again in the pre-market prep. And with a nano float stock like RHE, the float on this bad boy was 1.5 million. It had 55 million in volume on the day. This was from yesterday. Yesterday, I traded RHE, made almost $25,000 on RHE. That's life-changing money, guys. When you see these parabolic moves like this and parabolic stocks, you just get comfortable holding on to these stocks and trading them. Amazing move here on RHE. I think I ended the day on RHE. I was up like 28K. by the end of the day. So the more time you see these parabolic stocks, and this is why I preach, take screenshots of these parabolic charts, study them, break them down. Why did they make their move? Why did they run like they did? $12 to $156 here on GLSI. I mean, that's insane opportunity that's out here in the markets. So let's cover real quickly what I traded this morning. I traded LEDS, made 3.4 thousand. I traded BTX, made 7.6 thousand. And I traded ISNS, and I took a loss on that of $2,200. So LEDS, I was loading up on this bad boy right in here and traded it. And I missed this whole move right here. I only took a little piece of the pie. I don't want the whole pie. I don't want to be a greedy pig. I want to take profits and lock them in. When you have home run days, like what I did yesterday on RHE, you have to appreciate those days. Always look for singles. You're trying to take singles because singles add up. If you consistently pull in a couple $100 a day, by the end of the week, that's $1,000. Most people have to work a week, 2 weeks to make that. So building that consistency and building on your size, getting comfortable with what you're trading and leveling up. I'm a big believer in that. LEDS sure as well could go full parabolic. The float is pretty low on it. So watch for this bad boy to potentially run up to $20. I have to do a little bit of research and see if there's any hidden warrants or anything on this bad boy. BTX. Pre-market prep. We had this on watch as it was pulled back all day right here yesterday. For 2 straight days, BTX has pulled back. So it's our famous rubber band play. Stocks pull back. The more they pull back, the bigger the bounce could be on them. This morning, beautiful setup right here. Sets up, gears up for that mental 50 push. And from 43, this ran all the way up to $54. Picked up 5,000 shares. I don't think I traded 5,000 the whole time. I picked up 4,000 and then I sold and then I picked up a couple thousand again and ran into this pop-up here. Let me see. It was BTX. Yeah, I traded it a couple times. So BTX, I bought 2,000 and then I picked up another, looks like 2,000 here. And then I sold my 1,000, sold another 1,000, sold 3,000 shares here. And then I picked up another 1,000 and I sold the remaining 2,000 up here. So good day today, guys, for sure. Great start to this new week and a new month. Most definitely. How can I follow you pre-market? By following me pre-market, go to my YouTube channel. And on my channel, you should see a join button. If you click that join button, you could sign up for either the Discord chat or the Day Trading Ultimate Pass. I would personally recommend signing up for the Ultimate Pass because every day you take part in our pre-market prep where I jump in the live stream and I go over what stocks I'm looking at, what's on my watch list, and ask any member in here. It's our pre-market prep is fire. Around 80 to 90% of the stocks on my watch list every day perform. So there should be a link to join the YouTube or Discord channel at the top. Click that Start Here button and a list of sub-channels should drop. Go through the welcome. There's a few videos in there for you to watch to feel welcome, to familiarize yourself with how this server works. And then click on the membership and it'll take you right to my YouTube channel so you can sign up. It's a great community here. So right here, go to my YouTube homepage. Right here, click that join button. You got the Discord chat only, or you got the Wolfpack Ultimate Pass. The Discord chat only, make sure you guys read what's included with it, because with the Discord, that's all you get access to. It's just the Discord. The Wolfpack Ultimate Pass, I have so many perks in that Ultimate Pass. I give you guys all the tools to be a successful trader. I do. You just have to put that work into it. Yeah, and smash that like button. I appreciate it, James. The question is, how badly do you want this? Do you want to work for somebody the rest of your life? Or do you want to be your own boss and do this? I'd much rather wake up every day and work from the comfort of my own home. Make a couple $1,000, and then I have the rest of the day to do whatever I want. I'm out here trying to teach you guys to reach that financial freedom, because you can do it. I did it. If I can do it, you can do it. It's just a matter of how badly do you want it. That's the thing. This is going to take time to learn. Nobody's going to come into this and immediately be good and pick up on it and run with it. And trading isn't for everybody. That's the thing. Because there's people out there, if you know you're an emotional, unstable person, you will not make it as a trader. You won't. Because that's all trading is emotional intelligence. GFV, nice move here from $24.50 all the way up to $29. Devin says signing up next Friday. Awesome. That's what I want to hear, man. Get pumped, get motivated. Join the wolf pack. Telling you guys, we are out here every single day. Every day. You want to take this seriously? and you want to be surrounded by like-minded people who want to achieve success, be entrepreneurs, join this group. Looks like Gollum having a nice trade, making some profit, and we had my 2 cents making some profit today too. My 2 cents came in here, couldn't even have green days. He said every single time I'd buy, I'd immediately go red. It's a process. Come up in here. Ultimate Pass. Start with the master classes. We're about to be doing part 7 of the masterclass next Tuesday. So right now we're on part 6, and that's already 12 hours of content available to you. And it'll teach you everything that I know. Everything. I'm not just going to put this out for everybody, because why would I do that? All my hard work, how I learned to do this, I'm not just going to hand it away for free. That's anybody. Anybody out there. If you're good at something, you never do it for free, because they will eat you alive. That's just business 101. Member-only videos. We just released this one. Bigger time frames tell the story. Here's another one. Trader checklist, study notes. Moving average squeezes. Stock market psychology course. I put a lot of work into this stuff for you guys. Study group sessions. PowerPoint presentations. I give you guys homework to do. I'm going to stay on you. If you join up with this group and you want to be guided, I will guide you. I will point you in the right direction of where to go, what to learn from, because there is a lot of BS out there. There is. Here's all my study notes from the past. I share all of that stuff with you guys, so you guys can physically see how I went through learning this game. Deviating, he's our ETF guy. ETFs, indexes, that's what I want with this group. I want people to come in here, learn and be self-efficient. You learn what works for you, and you get a lot more enjoyment out of yourself when you physically are able to pull money out of the stock market on your own versus following alerts. So here, you're going to learn who you are, what works for you, develop into yourself as a trader. Then we have multiple eyes in the stock market. Myself, I trade small cap, low float stocks. Dev trades indexes and ETFs. Arm likes to focus on short plays. He's a small priced stock trader. So you'll start to pick up on all the members in here, what stocks they like to trade and focus on. We have, he's not on right now, but Robert, he focuses on marijuana stocks, pot stocks. I don't think Robert showed up today. Yeah, he did. Dub's been with us for a year and a half, 2 years. He comes in and does his own thing. He puts out a little watch list of what he's watching, and he's watching stocks that I'm not even paying attention to, and he's pulling consistent profits out of the market, doing his own thing. Cupcake always on that study grind. every single day. And we have people in here from all around the world. England, Europe, Greenland, Australia, Canada, all over. It's crazy. James asks, how much price movement do you aim for in the stock on average? 50 cent, $1 move, etc. Depending on how volatile a stock is, I typically try to aim for 50 cents to $1. The more, the better. If a stock has a range of like 20 pennies, I'm not even interested because I really have to load up on that stock to make good money. We try to find a good example. What was that one we were watching yet or today, guys? This morning it had a little short squeeze on it and then it failed. It was like MITS, I think. MITO, that was it. So MITO, this has a range of 20 pennies right there. Has a slam down here from 244 to 208. That's like a 30-cent death candle. Grinds back up 20 cents. I'm not interested in stocks moving 20 cents because you'd really have to buy like 10,000, 20,000 shares for it to make good money. Remember, the more shares you have to buy of something, the more you put yourself at risk. This had trap written all over it. You could see it set up a wedge right here. Snap up, consolidation, death candle. Grind up, death candle. Grind up, death candle. Grind up, done for. From 230 all the way down to $1.70. Textbook chart patterns, though. It's a must to know in this game. So, MITO here set up a big wedge right there. Snapped up out of the wedge, pulled back, held that resistance line there as support. Nice rip right there. Kept pulling back down to it. LADS. Wedge right here. You could see it. It's not the prettiest, but there's a wedge here. Pops up out of the wedge, consolidates before takeoff. Boom. Look at all that volume surge into it like it's stair stepping up. That's what you want to see. Volume and price action is king. Don't get caught down a rabbit hole with all the indicators that are out there. Because look at how many indicators there are. This is Thinkorswim. Look at all these different indicators. That's a lot of indicators. And you know what I look at those as? They're distractions. All of these indicators are just distractions. You're overlooking the big picture and overcomplicating things. Sure, there are a few indicators that you could use, to help as tools. But I myself, as a trader, I'm not really too interested in indicators. If I am interested in an indicator, it's going to be volume indicators, a volume zone oscillator, how much buying and selling per candle, moving averages. Because the more indicators that you have, you're focusing on this, all these moving averages, you're going to overlook the big picture and you're just going to miss it. It's the honest truth. It's like when you're a new trader in this market, it's like you're searching for that indicator that's going to make you all the money. You're looking for that magical indicator. There is none. Same thing with trading strategies. You're looking for that magic trading strategy that's going to make you all the money in the world. Let me pull something up here real quick. Thanks for the like and follow. Let me log into my straw poll here. So I like to do these polls. Not too long ago, I did a poll. What do you struggle with as a trader? Let's look at the results. The number one thing, trading setups. Everybody thinks it all revolves around trading setups. You do need to know trading setups. I could give you the most profitable trading setup ever, and you'd still probably screw it up. Why? Because you're not emotionally conditioned for that setup. It all revolves around psychology and emotions. If you are the type of person, you freak out, you're very sensitive, you don't like stocks that rip up like this. You get freaked out by stocks having huge moves like this. Same thing with RHE. You get freaked out by this type of price action. Maybe you're much more comfortable trading stocks like MITO, where it moves 20 pennies at a time. You feel you can manage your risk better. So it's all about discovering who you are. What do you like? Caesar signing today. Appreciate it, my man. If none of you guys believe me, all you gotta do, join the Discord, go to the Traders Lounge here, and ask any of the current members that are here right now. Look at how many members we got here. All these guys. And they show up every single day. Put in that work together, help each other, improve, motivate each other. Come in here. Hey members, what do you honestly think of it here? Guarantee you, most of them, all of them, like, dude, this is the best decision I've ever made. I wanted to create a place where everybody can learn together and grow together. I don't want just another community that gives out alerts. There's way too many of those. I get much more enjoyment developing traders, seeing them from the beginning, knowing nothing, how hard they work, showing up every day, growing, and seeing what they evolve into. I'm here creating machines, trading machines. That's what I want to do, and that's what I like to do. If you want to get trading alerts, go follow Deckmar Trades. He'll give you all the alerts in the world. Well, what happens when he goes on vacation and you have you want to be self-efficient in this game, guys, I'm telling you. Looks like Caesar says he's located in Galapagos. I hope I said that right. Galapagos Island. I don't even know where that is. Let's see where that is. Galapagos. I was thinking of doing something, having like a thing where I could pinpoint on the world globe where all the members are located. I mean, we have members all around the world. Man, is this correct? This is where you're from? Looks very deserted, but looks very beautiful. Wow. Man, you're way out there. That's crazy. ELTK. Looks like pump and dumps, low float pump and dumps are starting to become popular and take off. We've been seeing a lot of low float pumps pop up the past few days. Hello, Miss Pajlalab. Man, I hope I said that right. You guys have some weird usernames out here. Miss Pajlib. Miss Pajlib. So we had MVIS too the other day have a nice move. Right here. MVIS had a nice explosion here from 13 all the way up to 1650. This is well here on May 4th, 2 days ago, on Tuesday. We had MVIS on watch that day. So Tuesday, MVIS. MVIS here on the 4th is not done. It's hard to ignore that volume surge on the ramp. right here on 5-4. Going to lunch myself. I am just going to let my MVIS sit and work for me. Be back later in the day for some end of the day runners. Great job out there today, guys. Pre-market prep, always fire. Get in that right state of mind. Let's jump to that message. So here I was confident in it and holding it. I go off to lunch. Time goes by. I come back. MVIS is surging and spiking up. Made $10.5 thousand on that run right here. $10,500. So I got paid to go to lunch. That's the opportunity that's out here in the stock market, guys. It's the opportunities are limitless. Wouldn't you want to learn how to take advantage of moves like this? How did I know MVIS was going to run like that? From being here every day, studying these charts, breaking them down. The more you study when you're new, just study, 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 grind, study, grind, study, sacrifice time. It'll pay off in dividends. It will. It's the 10,000 hour rule. You practice something for 10,000 hours, you get good at it. By showing up and putting a couple hours in every day in the market, you're improving. You're getting used to how these stocks like to move. BIAC has just been getting destroyed. This stock really had no bounce at all. From 100 all the way down to 37. Bounced up to almost 44. Just getting demolished. So someone says take a look at ALF. The number one rule that we have here at Trading Learning 101, always have a game plan. Every single trade. Know where you are going to take profits and know where you're going to cut it for a loss. I would have cut this thing a long time ago. After it fell down here below 5, I would have cut it for a loss. It failed. It failed the morning rip right here. And when it failed and went under that VWAP, it came back up and it failed right at VWAP. And it's been straight downhill. You may get a bounce on it back up to 450s. But a lot of times you don't want to see a stock run up from 350 to 6 and then retrace all the way back down to where it closed yesterday. You probably could get a nice little bounce on it, like I said, though, back up to 450. Anything above that, that's going to be hard because you need volume. That's the thing. ALF has a flow of 31K. What? It's a newer IPO. Wait for a pop back up on it at 450. Cut it for a loss. That's the thing with trading. You have to cut your losers and move on. Same thing what I did here. With ISNS. I traded ISNS this morning. I took a loss on it. $2,200. I didn't stick around and hope for it to come back. If I would have done that, look, I'd still be waiting around for it, hoping for it to come back up, tying up my money. When I'm wrong, I admit it, I cut it, and I move on. Cut my losses as fast as possible, minimize the damage as best as I can, and move along for the potential next opportunity. So I cut my loss here on ISNS, lost $2,200, but I quickly moved on. I moved on to BTX. And look at that. BTX, I made almost $8,000. I made back my $2,000 loss, and I profited $6,000. I let my winner work for me. Same thing with LEDS. LEDS had a nice big run on it, made $3,400. I take my profits, and I cut my losers. That's the hard part, and you have to train yourself to do that because nobody likes to be wrong. Nobody likes to admit when they're wrong. Nobody. I don't care who you are. Nobody likes to admit they're wrong because you feel ashamed. Nobody likes failure. That's why a lot of people lose money consistently in the stock market. They turn into that, well, I'll just hold on to it, see what happens. Then they tie up their money for days, weeks, months. And this is why as well, a lot of people in the market the past year have been making money and they think trading's easy because everything that they bought, all they had to do was hold on to it for a few days and the stock would run right back up and more. And they'd be like, yeah, this is easy. And then things start to change and then they start to realize, whoa, this is a bit harder than I thought. That's when they go off, start joining all these communities. And they start actually trying to learn. But you got to be careful who you learn from. Because there's a lot of... This is all just a big business, guys. It is. There's money to be made everywhere. See, ALF already starting to get its perk right back up. Like I said, this will pop back up to like 450. It could push up over 450 and squeeze. You never know. There always is that possibility. But chances are slim of that happening. Keep that in mind. Because remember, the stock market is all revolved around supply and demand. You need volume for that stock to go up. LEDS starting to fail here at 10. I'd watch for shorts to get overly aggressive with this. And if they get overly aggressive with it, it could squeeze. It's got 62 million in volume. The float on it's 2.3 million. They've rotated that float already 30 times. That's what causes big run-ups like this. Low float stocks. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I know I'm right. I've been doing this for 6 years. I know the struggles. I went through it all myself. For 2.5, 3 years, I lost money consistently. I've been around and participated in all the chat rooms out there. Timothy Sykes, Investors Underground, My Investing Club, Play Trader. I've been in all of them. I've seen how they all operate and act, and I learned from all of them. I was even in Deckmar Trades at one point. You should learn from multiple people. You really should. Because everybody views the market differently. Everybody has different beliefs. Yeah, that's a nice picture there, Dev. That's a nice one. I have something similar like that, but it's like all black and gray. Like it's a foggy, like what's that movie with Johnny Depp? Sleepy Hollow vibe to it. Yeah, I see you guys like Glue 6. Wow, LEDS. If I could have doubled my money if I held on. And Cupcake nailed it right there. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. You didn't lose. That's something to celebrate. The other stuff will mess with your head if you let it. You're 100% right. I used to think the same thing. You just have to accept it and move on. Good job on LEDS, Arm. I sure will. Deviating. So now LEDS, now that it's slamming down like that, like I said, don't underestimate this stock. It's definitely got the volume. It could trap shorts. And this thing, watch, you'll leave, you'll come back, and LEDS is like at $20. This is where shorts, they get confident. They say, yeah, it's done. It's broke. This is the backside of the move. And then they all pile in. And when they all pile in with the low float stock like this, it could be special. I'd say the bottom line has to be 8. That's that area it needs to hold. I feel sorry for the guy that bought way up here at $13 buying that breakout. And it's that thing too where it's like you watch a stock all morning run and go up like this, and you tell yourself, I can't buy it here. It's up way too much. And it keeps going. And then you're like, I can't buy it here. It's up way too much. And then you watch it go all the way up. And then you're like, I can't buy it here. It's up way too much. And it just keeps pushing. And it pulls back. I still can't buy it. It's up way too much. And you watch it come all the way up like this. And you're like, man, screw it. I'm going for it. and then it fails. Happens all the time. Because people get that FOMO. Look at all the volume that keeps pumping into it as it pushes higher. People get amused. They see dollar signs on the chart. They're like, wow, look at how much money I could have made. I could have made my whole year's salary. It's human nature. It never changes. That's what's going on right now as well with Dogecoin. More and more people are going to get interested in it. You're going to start seeing it a lot more in all these news releases. And then when that bubble pops, it's all downhill. Same thing happened with GameStop. My 2 cents. Can you share those indicators? Do you use them when you trade? If you scroll down here to the trading platforms chat, go into the Thinkorswim, click on pinned messages. There's a huge list right here of every single indicator that I have on the Thinkorswim platform. Right there for you. And do I use those indicators while I trade? No, I do not. I don't. I just have them up. I'm not being smart or anything. I honestly never even look at them. My main focus is Street Smart Edge charts. This is where I'm focusing and watching. I don't really use indicators that much. I really don't. So if you go into that little chat room there, into the pinned messages, they're all right there available for you for free. And then how you'd go about importing it into your Thinkorswim, you have to be honest, you'd have to look that up on YouTube because it's a bit more complex. There's a lot of steps you got to do. Well, what is it? It's 11:40 a.m. We're going into lunch hours. I'd keep LEDS on high watch. You could keep MVIS on watch. This is more of like a swing type trade for a potential bounce back up to 1550. You got to keep BTX on watch. We're going to keep BTX on watch for like the next couple weeks because there's a lot of good bounce opportunities we could take advantage of with this. Same thing with RHE. Looks like RHE's gearing up for a nice little surge to the upside. I could see it surging right back up to 20. And real quickly, back to BTX. That's what I'm talking about right there. Look at that. From 44.50, it's surging up to 46. This is going to surge all the way up to 48. And while all this stuff is happening and popping off like that, being a part of this community and this Discord, I'm always out here typing and posting to you guys. Ticker symbol BTX. Setting up. Ticker symbol RHE. Gearing up. LEDS. High watch. High watch parabolic alert. MVIS swing idea still looks good. So I'm out here every day with you guys. I'm posting my ideas, what I'm seeing. You're learning from how I like to look at these charts every day. I'm on point with my calls. I really am. This is how I make a living, trading. I want to teach other people how to do this too, because you shouldn't have to be dependent on a job and live check to check, being told when you can take vacation, how much vacation time you get. Life's too short for that. So would you much rather sacrifice a couple of years of studying this game to eat for a lifetime? I would. I mean, I did, and I'm doing it. You just have to put that work into this, and people don't want to do that. Well, I have a family, I'm married, I have kids, I can't. I work the days, I can't. It's called sacrifice. See if you could switch over to a night shift so you could be in the markets during the day. Or maybe learn how to be a swing trader. Maybe that will work a lot better for you. Sacrifice. You have to obsess over this. You really do. Yeah, SKLZ, that's a nice move to the upside. Got room to run all the way up to 1650. Devin, that's what I did. Switch to night shift. So now that you're on that night shift, take advantage of that as well. There's not many people that work the night shifts. That's what I had that opportunity when I was working. I would work from 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'd work 11 hours. I'd be working 6 days a week, Monday or Sunday through Friday. So at night, there's really nobody around. I bought some ear pods, and I'd have one in my ear, and all I would do was just stream YouTube videos, listen to audiobooks, my whole 10-hour shift. And doing that every day Do it for a year straight, you're going to consume so much knowledge. It's you're just setting yourself up. You're putting in that work. You're building a bankroll. You're learning this skill while you're working your job still. And then once you start getting and seeing that consistency in your trading, and you've built up a good enough bankroll, you're going to be like, man, screw this job. I see a lot more opportunity out here in the stock market. I'm actually losing money being at this job. That's where your mindset starts changing. For me, I used to love my job. I did. I was making good money. I was making $1,200 to $1,500 a week at my old job. And then I start making a couple grand a day in the stock market. You start leveling up in life. So you start leveling up, and then you're like, you get tired of like putting in all those hours to make that $1,500-$1,200. And you're like, man, I worked a couple hours in the stock market and I made a whole week's worth of work. Start looking at your profits as how long it would take you to make at your physical job and be appreciative of it. Garcia, me for months. I'm at work now and you are in my ear. That's good to hear. I have almost 500 videos on my page. Go through all of those videos. There's a lot of really good content out there. I try to be as honest with you guys as possible. I don't really hide any BS behind the curtain. I try to explain and tell you guys everything that I know, everything I've learned, how I've learned. You just have to put that work in. Because there's just so many little things and that you just have to learn and know. There really is. I did the same thing with Timothy Sykes. I would just listen to that guy talk all day. Got very annoying because he repeats himself a lot. He brags about himself a lot. But he got me motivated and pumped to learn this game. James, how long did it take to build up an initial bankroll 25K? It took me about 4 years to do that. And I didn't just stop at 25K. I've built my bankroll exceeding 200,000. I wanted in the back of my head to know that I'd be comfortable for the next few years if anything ever went wrong. So I went on an average. I was making 75, 80K a year at my job. I told myself, okay, if I can put 2 years of money in the bank and live off of that and not have to rely on, I have to make money in the stock market today, then I'll be okay. And I can have a fully funded account. Okay, let's do it. So I got on that grind, banked money, banked money, banked money. It was a long, hard journey, but I did it. You could do it too. And you have to lay out a blueprint. A lot of people just think they're instantly going to become rich. I didn't make that money in just a couple months. It took months and a few years to build that up. Because first I had to learn this game. I consistently lost money every week, every month. For 2 years straight, I lost money. Then when I started building that consistency and I started to notice, hey, I'm green every week and every month now. All right, so let me start paying myself. At the end of every month, I'll withdraw my account and reset it at a balance. And I just kept doing that. Wash, repeat, wash, repeat, wash, repeat. Sure, I ran into a couple of hiccups, but I stayed headstrong. I learned from it, picked myself up, and continued carrying forward. I've had bad losses in the past. I still take bad losses from time to time. I still do. But it's all about how you move on from it that counts. If I took a bad loss today, am I going to let that loss affect me the next day or the next following days? No. I'm going to move on, forget about it, learn from it, try not to make that mistake again, and continue carrying forward. And I've shown you guys the process you got to go through of doing that in some of my older videos. You got to emotionally condition yourself, like I like to say, to take those big losses and not let it affect you. Like right here, for an example. Right here, I posted handling a bad day as trader. I lost $26,000 here 3 months ago. And I said it in the video. I can't let this loss get to me. I got to carry on because you never know what will happen tomorrow. And look what happened. A couple days later, I turned it around. I made it all back. From negative 20K, I made 20K. Just like that, made it back. And that all comes from mental toughness. I've conditioned myself to be comfortable with my losses, even on bad days or terrible trades. Forgetting about it, not letting it affect me, staying headstrong, and continuing to push forward. That's how you do it. Not many people can do that. If they lost $26,000, it'd just kill their confidence. And look at it, it's only got 350 views. While you got people out here like Humble Trader with 700,000 subscribers. Getting like buku views on her videos. 4.9 million views, 1.4 million views, 1 million views. Like, what? This girl's getting paid buku bucks just from her videos. The ad revenue she's getting from this is insane. And to give you guys a perspective, I only have, 8,000 subscribers. On my YouTube revenue, I'm only getting $1,000 a month. So she has 706,000 subscribers, and she's getting an average of 30, 50, 80K views per video. She's banking money for sure. And she's not even pulling in much. $2,500, losing 5,000. She made 20K there. $8,200. But people like to be entertained. That's the thing, and I've said that many times. People don't like learning and studying. They consider it boring. They much rather be entertained. LEDS trying to gear up. Telling you guys, keep this thing on high watch. You could squeeze. Actually, real quickly, let me look into the SEC filings real quick. So LEDS. They have no cash. 7 months of cash. Oh, wow. They're pretty clean. They ain't got no warrants. They ain't got no active shelves. They ain't got no active registrations. They ain't got no pending effects. So it's pretty clean in here. They ain't got anything. Exactly, James. That's how she's making a living. She's making a living making those videos. And she has a chat room she charges $200 a month for. That's crazy. ELTK, done for. GBR, ran in the past. It's too risky, though. I wouldn't chase after it. This LEDS, though, I'd keep tabs on it just in case it does a RHE. This thing's on parabolic alert for sure. And for all of you here listening to this and watching this, watch. At the end of the day, if LEDS goes parabolic, runs up to $20, who's the man? Mr. Wolf's the man. Well, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Go enjoy lunch. Get something to eat. I'll be back in the chat later on. And for you guys watching, if you want to be a part of this, don't hesitate. We're always welcoming new members with open arms. There's a lot of great people in here, and everybody's all on the same page. We all want to make money. We all want to learn. We all want to grow. So why not be a part of a great community where everybody has the same interest and want to help each other, right? It's much better to do this in a group, in a community, than on your own. Just my honest opinion on that. But be safe out there, guys. We got one more day left in the week for Wolfpack Ultimate Pass members tomorrow, where we